Hello and welcome back to Tango Simulations. Today I've got a quick video for you showcasing some of the great websites that I visit regularly to gather information and sort of clear up any questions I've got for Silent Hunter 3 as well as the U-boat wars in general. First of all, we start with Subsim, and more specifically we start with their forums. The Subsim forums are an absolute treasure trove of information about all sorts of Subsims, not just Silent Hunter. You can see there is Cold Waters, there is Silent Hunter 3, of course, there's Dangerous Waters, and so on and so on. You just go to the appropriate category, so if you're a Silent Hunter 3 player, obviously you go to the Silent Hunter 3 category, various different important things that may be already sticky and pinned in the front page of the forum, or if you scroll down, you might eventually stumble upon some sort of pretty useful single forum thread. And for example, if we scroll down, there is a question, is Silent Hunter 3 multiplayer possible in 2023? Already you can see 9 responses, and if we click it and open it up, you'll see that actually quite a lot of people replied and gave useful information, useful replies to actually be able to organize a multiplayer session and play with your friends, Any sort of issue you're having, any sort of question you're having, if you Google it and at the end you put Subsim forums, chances are you'll find the answer in here. Additionally, the Subsim forums are also home to a mod archive. So if you go to mods, you're presented with a huge archive of mods you can see for all sorts of different games. Again, since we're doing Silent Hunter 3, we may as well go to the Silent Hunter 3 tab. And you can see, we've got 180 gameplay mods, we've got 650 graphics mods, we've got mission mods, we've got multiplayer missions, sound effects mods, 130 of them, mega mods, 11. It's insane. The amount of mods that this place has is insane. Keep in mind that if you want to download mods from here, you'll have to abide by a daily limit. Otherwise, you'll need to pay a donation. I believe the highest donation is $25 and it lasts for 2 or 3 years. And believe me when I say that I've paid for this website multiple times before. Next up is the uboat.net. uboat.net is essentially a hub for historical information about the U-boats. You got all sorts of information about the U-boats, about the men, about the enemy of the U-boats, the allies. You've got maps, you've got all sorts of articles and galleries and things. And something I really like is that on the U-boats tab, you can actually go to the flotillas and look up the different flotillas and read up on them and, gather all sorts of information that you may be able to incorporate into your career playthrough. So for example, if we click the first flotilla for extra information, right? It's the flotilla Vedigen, and it will give you all the relevant information about it. So it was operational since September 1939. The bases were from 35 to 41 Kiel, but from 41 to 44 it was Brest in France. You've got flotilla commanders, you've got U-boat types, what types of U-boats Vedigen had. Of course, Vedigen in the beginning of the war only had access to Type 2 U-boats. But after 1941, it got access to Type 7s, pretty logical. And you can also see how many U-boats the flotilla had. So in total, 140 U-boats. Fantastic website. It's not immediately useful for your playthrough because it doesn't actually show you anything regarding Silent Hunter 3. But it's extremely useful if you want to learn more about U-boats in general. And also the War of the Atlantic, and if you want extra pieces of information and facts to incorporate into your career for a more realistic and historically accurate experience. The next website, uboatAsis.com, is similar to uboat.net. So again, it will provide you with general historical information. It will include, all sorts of pictures. The Battle of the Atlantic article is absolutely amazing. You got U-boat tactics, which, unless I'm very much mistaken, the uboat.net does not feature. And some of these articles are actually relevant to Silent Hunter 3. So for example, intercepting convoys. This is taken from the Silent Hunter 3 map, and it actually shows you a half-decent method of, intercepting a convoy and trying to find it and sink it. Of course, many more options. I don't want to show you everything because will be wasting our time. I want to keep this video short. uboatsasis.com, incredible website, and one you should definitely visit. tvre.org, Torpedo Vorhaltstrechner project. Sorry if I butchered this, but I'm not very good at German. This website is all about the historical accuracy of the facts surrounding the targeting method that the German U-boats employed, and how they managed to gather all the necessary information to seek their target. Specifically in the Acquiring Torpedo Firing Data article, you will actually read up on actual formulas and methods about how they would gather the range or the speed or the angle and bow of the target ship. But there is also all sorts of other articles. If you guys can see, there is, for example, an article for torpedo attack methods during the First World War. You've got an article explaining a torpedo calculation disk. You've got an article explaining the torpedo data computer. Incredible website. If you want to perfectly figure out and understand how a U-boat functioned and how a commander was able to take these functions and implement them to actually sink their targets, this website is for you. And the final thing I want to show you is located on YouTube, of course. The #1 SH3 channel that everybody should know about and everybody should go to for any sort of questions they've got is Bistanko6. If it wasn't for this dude and his videos, I would never be able to learn how to play SH3. I would never be able to learn how to perform manual targeting. And, as much as I would want you guys to come and visit my channel and increase my views, Bistanko6 actually deserves every single view he gets. So yeah, do pay his channel a visit. Even in his old videos, if you leave a comment with some sort of question, Bistanko will reply. Believe me when I say it, that Bistanko will reply. For example, look at that. 8 days ago. That comment was made 8 days ago. 8 days ago, Bistanko6 replied within 24 hours. Like, how many channels out there you leave a comment at a 5-year-old video and people reply? Not many. Bistanko6 is simply the greatest of all time. Another thing that I forgot to mention is that if you really care about U-boats, trying to get your hands on the U-boat Commander's Handbook is going to be great, absolutely great. I don't have this one. I have this one, which is illustrated. It's, from what I understand, the exact same with this one. And, the handbook is essentially a translated version of the official Kriegsmarine handbook. So this is definitely one of the most valuable books I've ever bought. And it's immensely useful for SH3 players. Other than that, this is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If by some miracle you stumbled upon my channel with this video and you don't know anything else about the channel, I have a growing list of tutorials and also a list of mod showcases. So please feel free to browse them and give them a chance, see if you like them. More is coming, of course. I'm not done yet with this game. So, hitting the subscribe button may be something you're interested at. At any rate, Tango signing out. Good hunting.